Hey, what's up? My name's Grant Kanoki. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and artist, and you're listening to Power 98.5.
We don't play the social game. We are social. Power 98.5. You're listening to Power 98.5, powered by United Angels Dream, your number one resource for public relations, entertainment, and multimedia. Contact them today at unitedangelsdream.com.
Hi, this is Dan Aykroyd. He's progressive. He's beautiful. He's thoughtful. He's intelligent. He's powerful. He's positive. He is Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio.
Oh yeah, it's that kind of day today, live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5 Satellite Radio, coming to you from New York. I've got an incredible, amazing talent, actor, producer, and humanitarian. That's just to name a few of this incredible, young, gifted. I'm going to also add producer. What else? Writer. Andrew Gray is with us today, live in New York, out of New York. He's in LA, but we're still in New York. Also, we're in the UK, Manchester, UK, live on air with Stephen Cuoco. Welcome, Andrew Gray.
How's it going, Steve?
I'm doing awesome. I'm glad to know that you're in 3 different places. We're based out of Manchester. We're out of New York. You're in LA. We're in 38, if not by now, 39 countries. So we're hitting it hard, bringing you to the table with us today. And this has been quite a while coming, but perfect timing. A big shout out to Christine Black. She did an incredible job setting this up, working alongside my assistant, Christina, to bring us together. I heard you got your coffee. I believe you said you had your juice. What else are you ready for today?
I'm tuned in, I'm dialed in. Like I was telling you before, another day above ground is just always a good day. But I got to say, man, your intro with Dan Aykroyd, I was like, he's this, he's that. He's type B. He's also this. He's single. He's unplugged from the Matrix. It's like I was walking down the tunnel of like a UFC fight. If I was like a fighter, someone was like, I'm ready to go, ready to kill something right now. This is crazy. Good talking with you, man.
He's a great friend. I love him very much. He was very kind to create that, and he was being truthful. Dan doesn't bullshit about anything. He tells it how it is.
He's a legend. He's a living legend.
He sure is. And if you haven't had a chance, I was gifted some bottles of his vodka, Crystal Head vodka. I'm going to tell you, I'm a Grey Goose drinker, but above all, if you ever get a chance, Andrew, definitely get a hold of some Crystal Head. And it's an actual Crystal Head. There's different, there's a black one, a rainbow one, a clear one. It is truly.
You're truly an artist. I'm telling you that, right? The way you slid in that plug, it was so good. Dan is lucky to have you and vice versa. That was good.
I had to. Let me tell you, it doesn't upset your stomach. I don't know. I'm sure you can probably relate. Liquor, cheap liquor. Well, I don't think you drink those. Memory serves me correctly. But yeah, it's really, really good stuff. But you don't drink, right?
No, I don't drink. I'm just going to be going on 8 years coming up in July. And but I remember the feeling of drinking cheap alcohol, especially in college. You're getting the pop-offs, the cheapest things you can get or run out with, whatever. You know. That's good that Crystal Skull doesn't do that to you.
No, not at all. So we have with us some really, really great topic points. I mean, anywhere from spilt milk, mental health, acting, life. Where do we begin? Because the list is huge. I mean, UFC, boxing, 2 of my favorite sports. What are you in the mood for to start out with?
Let's just start off with the bread and the butter, my craft. I'm an actor, writer, producer, but I also I'm a huge advocate for mental health. So a couple years back, I sat down with some of my producing buddies, my writing partners, and we're like, we want to make a dent in this earth. We want to make an impact. We want to leave a message, something from our past, something that we're going through now, and something for a message for the future. And we came up with Spilt Milk, which we partnered with the Mental Health Foundation. And the story is about 2 brothers who, after 10 years, they come back and they have a conversation with each other to find out that everything about their life has changed. and some of it is fixable, some of it is not. But with that being said, they kind of redefine the relationship, and both of their lives are changed forever at the end. So it's a message of family. It's a story about family. It's a story about becoming a hero in your own life, that you can either be the victim or the hero in your own life, pretty much. So it just crosses that territory, and we had a lot of fun doing it. It's actually into festival circuit right now. We're actually just won 3 latest awards in the VOF Film Festival. I won Best Selection, Best Editor, Best Cinematographer, and we're so stoked to announce, actually this is the first announcement, that we got distribution. So we're going to be, which is amazing, because for short films or films in general, it's sometimes you make something in hopes to get it sold, in hopes to get it in front of mass audience, and not all the time that works out, as most filmmakers know. But we were lucky enough to get the interest of Shorts TV, which is owned by AMC. It's a streaming company. They've also actually partnered with the Academy, so the films that are on that site, on that source, they can be up for Oscars. They can be nominated. It's also, they're partnered with DirecTV, so it'll be on DirecTV, it'll be on AT&T, it'll be on Frontier, and 4 other channels, and distributed out to 40 million people. So we're just super enthralled about that, and we're going to be promoting that for the next couple months and doing some more press and magazine features, etc. So yeah, man, it's been a wild ride.
You played Augustine in that film.
I did. I played Augustine, and the brother, his name is Valentine. It was pretty difficult acting something, being so true to yourself, some of them like on the storylines, but then also working with the actor, doing the location scout, staying composed. I think just doing that short film in general was stretched me as a creative, stretched me as a filmmaker, definitely stretched me as an actor, and to tell a story that is, I feel, very similar to a lot of people's lives with their family dynamics. You make plans, and they're not always fulfilled. Maybe things like, hey, when we grow up, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be moving here. But life happens, right? And it kind of takes you in this roller coaster. So I think people are really going to enjoy this and understand the message, and be able to help them move forward in their lives with full resolve and full circle and stuff like that. And actually, at the end of the film, we have some suicide prevention hotlines, because again, this film was parallel to the Mental Health Foundation with suicide prevention, some deep stuff, some really deep stuff. But I feel like the world is ready for that. We're ready for that. We're in the age of Aquarius right now, going into 2021. We're a quarter of the year in right now, and a lot of changes are going on in people's lives and careers. A lot of dynamic shifts towards resolve. So I feel like this film has just been perfect timing.
Speaking of mental health, that's a very important topic point for you. Where do you fit when it comes to that personally? Maybe someone that was in your life that you had experience with. Can you go with us a little bit deeper of what mental health means to you?
Absolutely. Mental health to me is trauma that's not transformed, and it's being transmitted either on ourselves or anybody who's just encompassed of us. It's just something that's not transformed, it's being transmitted. And that can happen mainly from the past. We operate from our memory and imagination, and both of those cause needless suffering. So getting help from a professional that can really help you orchestrate your mind and create a new mind map with new ways of being, new outlooks, new tools to work with, to move forward in a positive manner. That's what it means to me. So it's trauma that's not transformed, and it's being transmitted. That's what it is.
Has it helped you at all from the role that you had with Spilt Milk? What has it done for you as an actor, as a creative? What have you learned about yourself in this journey?
And I learned so much about on a daily basis. Number one, you got to love yourself. If you can't love yourself unconditionally, you cannot honestly be loved unconditionally. Finding ways to not self-sabotage, finding ways to just move forward with grace, to take things in stride, to deal with your past, and to let go, to grow upon things and fall forward. And instead of always falling back, you're falling forward. And honestly, just really enjoying that process, enjoying the process of falling down and learning from failures, stuff like that. So for me, it's just tremendously helped me in my life move forward almost effortlessly instead of kind of self-sabotaging or feeling less than. You feel totally in your power. You start to dominate and thrive, and things start to align in your life. I feel like mental health, kind of in a way, I hope this makes sense, is like dominoes. If you don't have a clear head, you can line up as many dominoes as you want. But if you skip a couple and you hit those dominoes and they fall down, all of them are not going to fall down because there's a gap there, right? So just 2 dominoes messed everything up. But once you get those realigned, then you're back on the races, and life is just more enjoyable. You find peace. You find serenity. You don't need to find anything else to help you go to sleep. There's no sleep aids. You found peace, and you wake up with vigor. So it's very positive. It's a very positive thing, and I recommend anybody, check out therapy and really explore the therapy. If that's sitting down with somebody on a couch, or if that's going and getting sound therapy, if that's exploring light therapy, physical therapy. Health is true wealth in my book, and I just love to explore now. I'm very actually passionate about exploring the health industry more now, holistic healing, etc.
You shared that with many golden nuggets within that, Andrew, and the clock hit 1:11. I'm on your Instagram as well, and what's amazing is that most awesome and professional video that you recently made for us here at Power 98.5, the promotional, your comments are at 1:11. So I did a little Google search, and I wanted to know, angel number 111 signifies manifestation and prosperity. This number's main symbolism is manifesting thoughts into reality. It also symbolizes awareness, uniqueness, motivation, and independence. When it starts appearing in your life, the main message it carries is the need to monitor your thoughts. Do you believe that you are at the most palpable time in your life where your thoughts are really mattering most when it comes to you personally and professionally?
It's funny. I was just talking about this with one of my good friends on a run yesterday. The answer is yes, I do. I'm one of those guys that believes that things happen for a reason, that you're only given what you're ready for, that you're not getting what you want, but what you need. So yes, I totally agree with that. Being 34 years old, life has never made more sense to me than it does now. And that, hard work does pay off. Again, going back into trauma, there's a lot of things that have scarred us in our past. And it's about, really buffing those scars out and not always, becoming something, but unbecoming, to get back to our 24 karat self instead of less so tarnished, but really just polishing and polishing. So yes, I totally do. Totally do. How about you?
Yeah, it's, I've learned, and I appreciate the question, Andrew, is that I do not always have to be on a go. I do not always have to be busy or distracted. Not that I was running from myself, but I believe, especially for us in our industry, what I feel that I can speak for is we tend to be pulled in many different directions. We tend to trust other people to not fuck up our identity, our perception, to try to control our narrative or our context, our meaning and being, but at the same time, desire legitimacy. And what has been most interesting, Andrew, and during this pandemic is that people have really had to face themselves and their situations, their mental health, everything, even the people that they love and they have in their life. And there's been a lot of shedding happening, which I'm sure you have experienced. Everything has a season. There really is no such thing as loss. People can come and go, but those people that come in your life are there to teach you, to learn. You're there to help them, teach them, and then to look at the greater good in what that meant for you and for the bigger picture. So with answering your question, how do you feel about that? Did any of it resonate with you?
It resonated me to continue to explore old philosophies, even create philosophies for myself, but do a lot of exploring. I've been reading Marcus Aurelius's book of Meditations, and there's something that he said in there that just a couple things actually. One, that we start in this world as an egg or a seed, and our final form is ashes and a name. So that's part of our life to keep moving forward towards a final form, that we're not in our final form yet, and I just loved how he said that you're not in your final form. We start off as a seed, we end as a name in ashes. So where are you going to go in between there? I really enjoyed that. Marcus Aurelius also was talking about, if you've lived 40 years, you've lived 10,000, because in 10,000 years, dynasties, monarchies, food, life, fashion, trends, technology, all of it's changed, but human nature has stayed the same. And with that being said, that just reminded me that kind of something actually what you said too about the seasons, or the storms, to really redefine your roots, have them dig deep so that you can weather all the storms and all the seasons, to stay calm and just allow life to flow. All streams flow to the river. It's the humility that gives it its power. It truly is. So I love how you're also, through COVID realized and, kind of get out of your own way. Life just needs to flow. We don't need to resist everything. We don't need to, we can carve our own path by floating down the river. Seriously, and not selling ourselves short as well. And just enjoying life more, enjoying life. There's Japanese art, kind of going on a tangent right now, but there's this Japanese art where you make pottery, right? Let's say a bowl, or etc. And then you smash it. And then you put it back together with melted gold. Because when you do that, it's no longer a pot, and it's not just gold. It's now a piece of art. And that's what I'm working towards. Like somebody asked me the other day, what are you passionate about? Before COVID, I know I wouldn't have said this, but now it's make everything in life more beautiful, starting with myself. So I need to take myself apart and put myself back with gold. And that is my faith. That is my higher power. That is the truth in the way of Christ. That's who I follow. And not looking back and not dimming my light. That's another thing that this COVID gave me, is I can be honest with myself. I've had plenty of time now to look myself in the mirror and be like, are you holding back? And if the answer is yes to 1%, then let's make a plan. Let's and let's get to action. Have we exhausted all options? Have we seriously reached out to all of our resources? There is nothing holding us back, And then another thing that I was reading from the book of Meditations, that Marcus Aurelius says that the crows are birds of flight. They have a gift to gab, but they only can fly so high. That the eagles in life soar way, way above them, and they have like that third person point of view down on the earth. He's like, try to be like the eagle and soar high, but just know that the higher you soar, it could get lonely. So if you don't love yourself, it's not going to be a happy time at the top. Get to a place where you love yourself unconditionally, that it doesn't matter about giving for clout or giving to get back, but you give to give. Like the sun gives its light on the earth. It just gives. It doesn't want anything back in return. And when it's done, it's done. So it's time to find that gratitude in your life, soar like the eagle, be above it all, and enjoy. Life is truly a blessing. It's a privilege and an honor. That was a long tangent. How did you enjoy that? Did you write it all down?
This is about you. It's not about me. And honestly, it's perfect. So
this coffee's good, my friend.
You can be on a tangent all you want, Andrew. And what I would like to do is from a post back on May 17th on your Instagram. And those, once again, who are just tuning in now, I want to thank everyone who's tuning in from the iOS Android app, Power 98.5 Satellite Radio. We have Andrew Gray, producer, actor, humanitarian, writer, joining us today. And to everyone here.
What's going on, everyone?
Hey, give it. Shout out.
My guy. How much do we love Steven? Seriously, man. He got the light and he got the energy.
You know what? Let my tech guy, we're going to give you this, Andrew. Here we go. That's for you.
Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Continue. I cut you off.
No, not so. So thank you to everyone here and around the world for tuning in today, live on air with Stephen Quilco on Power 98.5. Andrew Gray, actor, producer, and humanitarian writer. Overall, an incredible young man. Even though he's in his 30s, he still looks 21 or 20. A recent quote he had recently published on Instagram on May 17th. Love this. 2 things we need to stop now: processed food and processed people. Period.
With a T.
That's really clever. That's a really clever, but yet
ain't that the
quote.
truth, though, my friend? I mean, ain't that the truth? It's again, health is wealth. We can process things all we want, to reach the consumer, try to get more clout, but at the end of the day, that's only harming ourselves. There's no long-term benefit in it. I also believe that, reality television is actually starting to destroy our country because most of it isn't built on turning the test into a testimony, but more of just a narration to get viewership, sell merchandise, and trigger people. So processed people, that needs to go. Processed food, that's been needing to go for a long time. And the time is just now. We're in the age of Aquarius. This is about love. This is about full circle. This is about resolve. We just gone through 2020 and a couple of years of, let's just say, times where not everyone's been disagreeing, but there's a rise and a fall and a redemption. And right now we're on to the next chapter, and it's all love. It's all good.
With that being said, Andrew recently starred in the movie playing Augustine, Spilt Milk. It's out. Obtaining huge recognition at film festivals. And I want to play a clip here dated back to April 17th when he came out. I did not watch this. My assistant sent it over, said this is something worth playing. Can you share with us a little bit, Andrew, before I play this little mini clip here that you posted on Instagram with Spilt Milk? I believe you're speaking in this, like an interview.
Yeah, it was actually a spotlight. So I was just talking about the story, how it was a community project, like most films are, even feature films, and how this film was built for mental health awareness, suicide prevention. We partnered with the Mental Health Foundation. It's the story of 2 brothers who, after 10 years, come back and to meet each other to realize everything about their life has changed. They talk about it. They try to reconcile some differences. I don't want to give away too much again because it's a short film and there's some spoilers, but I'll definitely send you the screener. It comes out August 8th. It's going to be on Shorts TV, which is going to be on DirecTV, AT&T, Frontier, and some more channels. I'll get those out to Power 95.8. And it was just a wonderful time making this project. Jim Morrison V was the director on that. Escher Holloway starred in it with myself and John Russo. Man, we had a good time. We shot this thing only in a few days, and we had a massively talented crew put this thing together. So I know it's going to influence people to think. And I love making films that after you watch it just has you, in deep thought, thinking about your life, thinking about what you've done, how to move forward, putting the pieces together, just carrying that experience with you. So this film is definitely going to carry with you in the long term, and hopefully, encourage you to add more dynamics in your life. I'm not going to say positive, negative, because anybody can make their own choice, but just add some new dynamics in their life. Yeah.
Here we go. Spilt Milk, Mr. Andrew Gray.
Hello, my name is Andrew Gray. This film is about perspective. The story is a wonderful story because it just shows that you can either be a victim in life or you can be a survivor. You can believe that the world is against you, that people want to see you lose, or you can be the miracle in your own life and do the hard work to make your life more abundant, peaceful, and in harmony with other people. So Augustine's character is a newly appointed detective in this, and he sits inside of his car reminiscing or replaying a memory that he had with his brother. There were plans made, there were promises made, and I don't feel like they were ever fulfilled. So Augustine's character goes and meets up with his brother to realize that everything that he once knew from the past, his relationship with his brother, the health of his brother, the direction of his brother had changed. The character Valentine, played by Esher Holloway, who completely immersed himself in this role, by the way. The director is Jim Morrison. He's a phenomenal director. He had a lot to add to this. He read the script, liked it, made some revisions, and we just got straight to work. This was a community project, just like many short films are. Any film is actually, even a feature film. And our goal, like many short films, is hopefully to get interest in the people, also show relevance in today's world. This film is just so current in today's world with the common hate going on. There's so much trauma that has not been transformed, and it's being transmitted around the world. The filming process was actually really difficult for us because we only had one day on this location. There was a lot of moving parts to it to make it look as authentic as possible. You know, working on little to no budget like a lot of short films and having a small crew, everybody had multiple jobs, but they did it very, very well, and we're all committed. These are all very professional filmmakers, and I'm just really happy with the outcome. We even had music donated to this project. That was original sound scores as well created for this. I couldn't ask for a better picture. I hope you guys enjoy this. My name is Andrew Gray. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy.
That was an excellent clip, and the fashion looks great, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Put that together in like, I don't know, a couple hours. Like,
Really?
we're going to need a spotlight on here, yeah, because we love everything, but if we can get a spotlight, then it's going to be, easy to promote. I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me make some phone calls. Let's do this. And anyway, put that together. I'm happy you enjoyed it. I think it looked pretty good, too.
In between your daily projects, Andrew, what is your daily routine? What are you doing behind the curtain that many people are not aware of how you keep your own mental health, your health, your fitness, what you're eating, what are you reading? What are you doing behind the veil?
Staying proactive, operating in purpose. I like to, well, this is what I do. I make a list before I go to bed. And I like to make a list of 3 things I need to do, 3 things I want to do, and 3 ways of giving back. And that can be to myself, my family, my health, or my community, etc. So I'll hit those. So when I wake up, I already know what I need to do. And before I go to bed, I'll line up usually like my gym clothes. So I wake up, go for my run, or then I usually listen to an Audible book that's going to help align me, get into the running's getting me into my body. The audibles are getting a place where I'm aligned with my body. So now and then I pray. So I like to do spirit, mind, and body right before I start my day. Then I go into usually doing a pressed juice, connecting with my business partners, and then we just start attacking our plan. Everybody that I'm working with kind of operates at different times, but we usually don't stop working until 10, 11 o'clock at night, just because we're so enthralled about what we're doing. And again, living in a purpose. So part of my daily routine is really just health, purpose, and giving back. Setting those 3 different things: needs, wants, and ways to give back. And in doing so, every day without drinking, I have a champagne moment where I just like, today was a good day. And that's pretty much one of the most important things for me in my life now, that always feel like every day was a step in the right direction. It's just such a positive, uplifting feeling. So that's just what I do every single day, and chip away at the iceberg, to wake up with a smile on my face. Keep it really simple. Keep it really simple.
Speaking of simple, two things. One, when it comes to mental health and awareness and sharpness, how do you find that balance when it comes to social media and a public eye? And in that, what are you doing right now when it comes to working on any upcoming projects to just keep yourself really, really, once again, Andrew, sustain, balance, and just very, very cohesive online, on social network, social media, and any upcoming projects?
Sure. One thing for me, I try not to go anywhere where I'm going to attract negative attention. Number two is I don't take part in anything that I perceive as to be frivolous. Let's say on work, it's the same thing. I make a plan and I stick at it until I finish it, or I learn from the failure. Things I'm working on right now is, again, getting spilt milk out to as many people as possible. We did get distribution, and that is phenomenal, but now I want to get it overseas into more magazines, more features, more articles to talk about it, just like here, more in depth, more podcasts, stuff like that. I'm just so passionate about advocating mental health for everybody, and not just 1 month out of the year, or a week or so, or throw a hashtag, but every single day of my life. And just applying those to also films that I'm doing, not oversaturating it, or okay, we get it, but trickling things in, because it needs to happen, and it needs to be creatively put into the entertainment world, where we've heard it so many times, that the struggling artist or the tormented artist, they don't need to be tormented. They don't need to feel like they're in pain all the time to be able to create something beautiful. Because I know this as a creative, when you have anxiety, you don't create anything. You beat your head against the wall, and then something, works its way out. But are you fully happy with it? Are you happy with the process? Is there a better way of getting there? Is there a healthy way of getting there? So those are things that I'm doing and what I'm putting into my daily work. Right now, I have a feature film that I'm writing. I have a series that I'm writing for television, a drama, and I also have 2 realities that are in development as well. So keeping these healthy practices in my life has actually helped be transmitted in a positive way to the people that I'm working with as well. So that, by I see it being a leader, right? Being a leader is bringing up leaders around you, and using these daily practices and then into work and going on runs. It's so great to see some, like the people around me, like my production team, my assistant, be like, let's go for a run. What books are you reading? Let's talk about this at lunch now. And this is amazing how health is wealth is becoming more of a trend. And when you actually live that practice and you put it into your life, you put it into your work, everything else around you starts to blossom as well. They start to blossom. So those are just some of the things I'm doing. Ask me more questions. Ask me another question. Because that was like a 5-part question. I was trying to connect it all together.
You did excellent. Trust me. There's no need to second guess yourself at all, Andrew.
Gucci.
You're doing very well. You're producing on these projects, right?
I am, man. I honestly never saw myself as a producer at first, but at the end of the day, it takes an army to get stuff done. And, sometimes you got to be a soldier of one, to get things done. And also, as a visionary and as a creative, nobody has the vision the way that I have it in my mind anyway. I'm not here to micromanage somebody, but it's also a way to guide somebody and mentor somebody. So I see it as multiple ways. So yeah, I love producing. I love being able to pull resources from many people, acquaintances and associates that I've met around the world, and pitch them something and to see if they're interested in it. I love producing as well on bringing people together, not just on let's say the financial end or the creative end, but on everything. Because when I write something, I can put it out to professionals, people in the industry that I like and trust and know, to give me true, authentic feedback on my stuff. Like, would you invest in this, or would you want to be a part of this, or both? And some of them say, no, I'm okay because I'm just super busy for this year, but I can help you find somebody else. Or yes, and I'm busy this year, but maybe I can push something aside to make this work. It just shows where, for me, kind of where their level of involvement is. Sometimes helps me understand where my script is at, where my intention is with this, to help align everything moving forward in producing. So I love it, and every day it presents a new challenge. Just like, you know, any entrepreneur will know, producing is very entrepreneurial, and finding creative ways to make things work. You know, how are we going to get a return on investment or ROI? Is that by getting endorsements into this? You know, we have a Mercedes that's going to be driving in this commercial or in this film, etc. What angle are we going to hit this? Who is our target audience? Why is this so important? And putting people together in a room that I also feel like are going to thrive and work with each other. That's another thing. Who can I bring together in this project to then not only work on this project, but then aid each other to work on their projects? You know, teamwork makes a dream work. Relationships are so important. So producing for me, it also helps me in a way produce my life. It all works in the same. And I feel like anybody who is in the entertainment industry knows more than ever that creating your own content, original content or not, is vital. It's absolutely vital, just like it is to be assertive in this industry. You got to know what you want and you got to go after it. As a producer, I've also found out that you got to find the right people. Again, the people you know, you like, and you trust. Those are people that everybody wants to work with, right? You can get lucky and have something prepared, but not everybody's going to say yes. So it's better to just do that, because then they can help you find another resource to move that production further, etc. And actually producing is what got me to read this book that I highly recommend you read, Stephen. It's amazing. It's called Relational IQ. I've been talking about it for the past couple months. And have you read it before?
No, I'm writing it down. It's called what again?
Relational IQ.
All right, I'm writing
It's
it
incredible.
down. By who?
Yeah, Chris. Let me look in Audible real quick. Stand by. Christine actually just is reading it right now too, and she's like, "Wow, I should have read this a long time ago."
Oh, thank you for telling us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I can't find it right now on my Audible, so I must not download it onto my app. But you guys check it out. It's pretty much everywhere. You can find it on Audible, Google, Amazon, etc.
Yeah, it could just
But
go
it goes
over,
over.
Google it.
It just goes in 3 different rings. So the first ring is a friend, right? That's the beloved friend zone. Not that zone, but you know what I'm talking about. The friend. And a friend is somebody, it is a Bible-based book. All right, it's a Bible-based book. I'm a Christian. It says in the Bible that a friend is somebody that will give their life for the other person. Let's say something happened to my friend where I had to go away and something harmed me. My friend would help my spouse find peace and happiness, finding another companion, finding ways to provide for the family, etc. Then you have the second ring, which is going to go, oh, it's by Mark Coleman. Sorry, Mark Coleman. And then you have the second ring, which are acquaintances. These are people you work with. These are people you invite to Thanksgiving dinner. These are people you go out with and you have fun with, etc. But they're not your friends. Then you have the third ring, which are associates. And this is what I thought before was the second ring. Oh, there's associates. This is people I work with, because that's very much put out there. That's what associates are. Associates in this book are people that come up to you like this. I'm going to talk to myself in third person. Drewski, my man, my guy, yo, bro, oh my gosh, how have you been, dude? That person wants something from you. That's what they want. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be around money. How can they get money from you? How can they get realigned? Now, that's not a bad thing at all if they're prepared. If they're prepared for it and they have a plan, then they immediately, and that makes sense within reason to where you're going, so that you're not deviating from what you're doing or the people you're working with, right? If it makes sense, well, boom, they just moved up a ring. Now you like them because they came with a plan. They came prepared. So now you know them a little bit better. And after time, you trust them. And then you start to work together. And then after time, however long that is for you guys, and they move up into the friend zone. But I was just learning so easily that in my life, I put people from the associate role straight into the friend role, from the acquaintance role straight into the friend role. And going back to full circle, the question about producing, this book has really helped align things. You know, when you're working with friends, how to work with friends. What is the boundaries that you need to hold when you're working with people who are not friends, but you want to actually do business with them, but you want to work them into a friend's circle or ring. How do you do that? So I highly recommend reading that book, Relational IQ. It's really great for any entrepreneur, any person who wants to go into producing, or just in their daily practices of life. That's a really good one to read. And another one by Coleman is Emotional IQ, which is incredible as well. And that goes over just multiple, I think 4 different dynamics of emotional intelligence.
I'm looking him up now. Now, I did find, I'm going to thank you for this, Andrew, because this is awesome. Definitely, if either you and or Christine can send to me the screenshot of the Relational IQ, and I definitely would.
Oh, yeah, I'll screen snap all these and send these over to you. I'll
Yeah,
send them over
please
via
do.
email
I want to
after
get
this.
that.
You'll love them.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're going to honestly love Marcus Aurelius's meditations as well. Those will shock you. He talks about something about opinions. He's like, what is it, opinions of others really in 1,000 years about you? Nothing. It's nothing. So he's like, as long as your intention is not out to harm anyone, including yourself, you're Gucci. Everything's good. Let it go. Live your life. Let it rip. And he says, also be multifaceted. So this is the dynamic he put it in because of the Roman era when he was living. He said, you can be a great swordsman, and you can be the man in the gladiator, in the ring with sword, until you fight that wrestler. And that wrestler takes that sword out of your hand, and the swordsman has no skill anymore. He's defeated easily. So who is the better person? Well, if you give a sword to the wrestler, he's not going to know how to use it. It's not a stalemate. It can go both ways. So it's better to know both skills, to wrestle and to work with a sword. So as a creative, it's really important to master your craft in the journey of a creative, but it's also equally as important to learn the business side. It's so important to know the business side. You don't need to master it, but you need to know it enough so you're not getting screwed. You're still going to get your butt handed to you in business because, again, it's not your aim, and you're going to learn a lot of lessons, but you need to know it really, really, really well. You need to know it really, really well. So in Marcus Aurelius' book of Meditations, he just puts so many things from the past, and man, they're just so relevant to today. So I recommend that book too. It's a really good one.
I appreciate it. Honestly, I'm going to get these. I'm definitely going to get that Relational IQ by Mark Coleman. Honestly, I feel it. I want to thank you so much for recommending that to me, to the listeners. And are you ready to dial in now? Let's dial in.
I think so. I've been dialed. Let's go.
All right, here we go. So we're going to top on some golden nuggets here. Something you and I both share. Now, I'm passionate about this. I'm a huge, huge ally and supporter of those who are in the world of boxing and MMA. And I have heard from a very reliable source that this is something you're passionate about. Can you share with us, where are you positioned in boxing and MMA?
Boxing, it's like people say ball is life. They like to play basketball, right? For me, boxing is life. It is something that, again, I was talking about Marcus Aurelius, the captain of the 4 legions, gladiator. It's something for me that brings me peace. It allows me to stay calm in storms, helps me to find my confidence. It helps me to just breathe in through my nose. It's a challenge. It's a camaraderie thing. I love the intensity of it. I love the physical fitness aspect of it. I love how, you're pretty much going to go as far as your mind, as you trained yourself, as you've disciplined yourself. Boxing for me is you don't quit when you're tired. You quit when you're done. You go all out on your shield. You follow the plan. When you get hit in the face, plan A, like Mike Tyson says, you go to plan B and you hit back. It's a resilience thing. It's an adrenaline thing. It's life. Honestly, life is a battlefield. Life is athletic, and there's nothing that pushes you harder, honestly, in my eyes, than MMA or boxing. The mental fortitude aspect of it, I'll put it like this. For anybody, any coach would know this for sure. Anybody that's competed or taken it to a pretty high a level of consistency is they're going to go to a boxing class, right? And there's going to be 50 people there first week. By month number 2, it's 25. Month 4, it's you, the coach, and one other person. I mean, 7 times out of 10 at least, I've seen that. So it tests people. Not everybody has it in them. Not everybody has it to take it to that level and to be that consistent with it day in and day out. I mean, when you're getting hits, your body feels it. You feel it. It's pretty fun. I'll be honest with you. Half the fun, I'd say almost half the fun is getting hit sometimes by somebody else because they catch you off guard, and you're just like, woo, okay, I see what you're doing there. I see you. That was good. Wow. I was getting comfortable in there. Yeah. Okay, man. Or I gave too much in the first, let's say, 3 rounds, and I underestimated this person. And then you can start to kind of mentally collapse, and they can take you. Or you can then, again, redefine. Like, okay, we need to go into plan B now. That didn't work. So you're thinking in the seconds, in the moments. And everything operates in inches in boxing, in MMA. You watch MMA and boxing, right? Is that what you're saying?
A lot.
Is that what you're saying? A lot, right? So by watching one of the fights, some fights are a lot just on the ground, or they're against the cage, or they're not striking, but they're just every time they move, they're in each other's face. Doesn't matter what angle they're hitting, they're moving with each other. It's this beautiful dance, and you hear the crowd go boo, boo, fight. But those are the people that haven't been in a ring. So they don't understand that if that person is moving with you so harmoniously that they're onto each other, and everything happens in milliseconds and inches, and by one strike, that person could be knocked out. So that hyper focus that they're in to block out all that noise, stay focused on the other opponent, and still work on the strategy, the breathing, it's incredible. It's honestly, it's incredible. It's incredible to watch. It's incredible to do. And then the mental fortitude part of it, of just the daily training. I train out in Calabasas with my buddy Slick Nam. He's a director, incredibly talented family man. And I also train with my buddy Josh Blase he has a place kind of near the airport in LAX. So it's about 45 minutes for me to get there every single day. And that's another aspect of it, honestly, that I love and I hate at the same time. That I need to get up every day at 5, 6, latest, to then be able to drive in traffic out to Calabasas, which is 45 minutes there. You train for 2 hours, and then you drive back. So what does that mean? You need to be prepared for the opportunity that presents itself, all the opportunities in your day. So you're just well mapped. You're well worked out. Oh, dude, you hear me talking about it. I love it. This isn't the cough anymore. This is the passion. I absolutely love it. But on that note, I'm going to take a sip. Okay, here we go.
You wrote, note to self, go as hard as you can, as far as you can, every single time. Be smart about it and figure out what serves you and what doesn't. Sacrifice the excuses, break all mental barriers in the process, and most importantly, put a smile on and have fun. And you definitely expressed that you are putting a smile on and you're having fun while drinking your coffee.
I mean, I got a smile ear to ear right now, and you're saying that. I just got gas. I was like, I said that? When did I say that? Like, okay.
This was a post August 20th back in 2020 where you've got the boxing gloves on. You're absolutely ripped and your skin looks perfect. You know what post I'm talking about? I just liked it.
No, but I'm gonna check out the hearts. I'm gonna check out the lights. It sounds like something I would say. I definitely say that a lot. Break all mental barriers in the process. It's true. You got to break all mental barriers in the process. That's something my dad used to tell me a lot. My father was a huge influence in my life. He actually coached me from soccer for 8 years. He baseball for like 3 years. He took me camping every single weekend from elementary school until sophomore year of high school. It's just my father, my brother, and I. That's something he would say all the time. Break all mental barriers in the process. I don't think I would be as far as I am in my life without him, because he fear tested me. And I recommend that to everybody out there. If you're afraid of something, you find a way to face that fear. Because the only way to outrun your demons is by facing them. That is for sure. So break all mental barriers in the process and have fun with that. Should be a fun experience. It really should. It should not be something that is scary. It should not be something that is negative. It's like going into the boxing ring or going into any gym. Every time you leave, I don't care who you are, you never say to yourself, oh, that was a bad idea. No, you're like, that was the best idea. And I feel amazing. I feel electric. So thank you. So thank you for finding that. Actually, I'm scrolling through right now. Christine just handed me the phone. I see it. Yep, got my boxing gloves on. Yeah, I was doing some promo shots. I was out in Chicago. That was good.
Are you still that size, or what size are you now?
I was about 165 there. I'm about 157, 158 right now. I'm actually working towards getting in the ring for a fight late August.
Wow.
To be announced here, TBD. Actually soon, within the next couple of weeks, I'll let you know.
Do you feel prepared?
I do. I was boxing last night. I was feeling light on my feet. My hands were flying. I was moving. No real struggles. My body feels amazing. I humbly, I feel very blessed that to have the vessel that I do. I do take care of it. Health is wealth, like I said before. I honor my vessel. But man, I'm 34 years old, and I feel like I'm not even in my prime yet. I feel like I'm still getting better every single day. I feel healthier now and in more physical shape than I did in my teens and my 20s. I've done sports my whole life: football, competitive wrestling, track and field. I love running marathons and half marathons. I'm going to do the half marathon in November down in Laguna Beach with one of my partners. So yeah, man, everything's good right now with my body, and I'm just loving it.
We are going to close out and have a huge thank you to Andrew. Before we do, we're going to cover a couple things before we officially close out. Do stay on the phone, though, Andrew. Definitely want to recap with you. I know Christine is with you. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today, live on air with Stephen Quilco on Power 98.5. For those of you that are just tuning in, if you've caught this interview in the middle or towards the end, we will re-air this live episode Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You will also be able to find it on all the podcast distribution, but keep in mind, this is a radio show, not a podcast. This is there for you on Apple and Spotify for those that may not be able to tune into the lives or the live re-air of the episodes on Power 98.5 that you can find on the iOS, Android, Alexa, StreamItter.com. We are on radio.com. That's now known as Odyssey. You name it, we're out there. MyTuner, one of the biggest ones. So, Andrew, before we close out, a couple things. Who would you like to give a shout out to?
I want to give a shout out to my father. I was just saying a lot of great things about him. His name is David Gray. I'm going to be headed up to Tahoe to go visit him, hit the kayaks up, and enjoy life for Father's Day. And I want to say a shout out to all the fathers out there, and even to the mothers that had to play the father's role. God bless you all. Thank you so much, Stephen, for having me on. You're an absolute gentleman and a scholar. This has been a privilege, my man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. God be the glory.
And where would you like people to reach out to you? What are the go-to hotspots? Is it TikTok? Is it Instagram?
Right now it's Instagram, but I'm going to be creating a YouTube channel. We got it all set up, and it's just ready for the next video to lay down. I'm also going to be doing a meet and greet here July 17th on Saturday. So if you guys want to have some personal time with me, to pretty much ask me anything, and that can be around acting, it could be around mental health, it could be around me on Power Rangers, it can be about producing. You guys can find me there. But Andrew Gray on Instagram, Andrew Gray on Twitter, and Andrew Gray on TikTok. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that.
Would you like to plug Spilt Milk back in, the official launch date, where we can all find it?
Absolutely. Okay, so if you guys have DirecTV, it will be on there August 6th. If you have Frontier, it's going to be on Frontier. If you have AT&T Uverse, it's going to be on there, and it's also going to be on shortstv.com August 6th. Spilt Milk, partnered with the Mental Health Foundation. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy it, watch it, share it, like it.
Before we do a final close, is there anything that we have not touched on that you would like to share? Do an additional shout out? What can we offer you? What can I offer you before we move on with our day?
I want to put a micro thought into this, but nothing too deep. Just, you guys, you only live once, so live it. That's it. You only live once, so live it. No regrets. Don't dim your light. Don't look back. Don't fall back on plan B. There's only plan A to fall forward. You know, be the first one to fall on your face, make fun of yourself, laugh about it, and move forward. If you've ever fell short, it's okay. Be the person that rights your wrongs. If you are insufficient, admit to it, be aware of it again, and move forward, fall forward. Reach out for, you know, someone. If you're going through any kind of traumas or you dealt with trauma in your life, transform that baby. Transform that baby. If you feel like you're a caterpillar, go into that cocoon and become a butterfly. You know, life is beautiful if you allow it to be. Life is so beautiful. And that is it, guys. Live your life. One love and God be praised to you all.
Actor, producer, writer, humanitarian, Andrew Gray, live on air with Stephen Cuoco on Power 98.5. Tune in this Saturday for a recap, or even to just listen to it all over again. Andrew shared a lot of golden nuggets, including Relational IQ by Mark Coleman. Definitely go back, tune in Saturday, Sunday, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You got best of all worlds. I mean, come on, Andrew Gray, spilt milk. I mean, please.
It's been a lot of fun, my man. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold the line. Have a great day, everyone.
Friend us on your socials and let's connect.